Okay, messages from the Kakaotalk, or the video play-by-play or commentary, if you like. Remember, the British Midlands flight attendant says that, in there. Okay, a good rule of thumb. This is good advice, right? A good rule of thumb is to momomo. I think when some of the APP guys always say, like, when one engine goes out, a good rule of thumb is to take your foot off whatever pedal that is. I think so. Dead engine, dead foot, or dead foot, dead engine. I think is a good. I've heard that's a good rule of thumb. Right? Press on. Let's keep going. In the video, the American Airlines 965 video, Captain Tafuri says, "Now let's press on." Now, some people have told me that was more of a military, saying or a thing that they said, but I've heard it in normal English. Let's keep going is used. Make a mistake, like there's a difference or a discrepancy. Now, I had Osei Jean. Hello, Osei Jean. Are you listening? I hope so. Maybe not, though. No worries. Make a mistake is a little bit more, kind of a stronger term. So if you said, like, instead of you made a mistake with the schedule, you could say, well, I noticed a discrepancy in the schedule. More polite, I noticed a slight discrepancy in the schedule. We have a difference in our schedule. Something like this. Now, if you're in another airport or, you're somewhere else in the world and you want to be very polite, you could use it like this. Kick it to the curb means get rid of it, right? Kick it to the curb. Now, that's more of an informal saying, but my friend was smoking, and I said, hey, man, you need to stop smoking. You need to kick it to the curb. You need to get rid of that habit. Or, man, you need to break up with that guy, or you need to break up with that girl. You got to kick him to the curb, but that would be really strong. I'm saying this because, or I'm telling you guys this because Spanish, one of my Spanish friends, he was learning this phrase, and in Spanish they have to the street, kick it to the street, but we don't really say that so much in American English or where I'm from. The night skyline, I think I put a picture in there in the Kakaotalk. The night skyline, the evening scenery, right? So, but usually this is a good case where we use a verb, or in English it's a good idea to use a verb, like, oh, we went to Paris, it was very beautiful, and we hiked up a hill. We climbed up a hill and to a good place where we could see the whole city at night. Or Paris was beautiful. The night skyline was gorgeous. The evening scenery was gorgeous. Now, in the United States, often you're going to see the scenic viewpoint, scenic overlook, something like that. You could say that too. Yeah, we hiked up to a nice place and there was a beautiful scenic overlook or viewpoint. But I think maybe night skyline is probably best. There's a lot to take in. We watched a video from an additional video with the Department of Motor Vehicles. Remember, the girl was learning to drive, and she's scanning. She's scanning the road and the skyline or whatever. And she says, "Oh, there's a lot to take in. That means there's many things to see." We can also use this for your training here. You guys are learning a lot of, you're getting a lot of information. You can say, oh, there's a lot to take in. There's so much to take in. I don't have time to study these English phrases. Mutiny. We talked about mutiny. This, again, is in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, because they always have a mutiny against Jack Sparrow, Captain Jack Sparrow, sorry. You can use the verb to mutiny, but I like have a mutiny, or there was a mutiny, and I asked if there was a mutiny on any commercial aircraft, and I'll try to put that description in the link. To turn a person in, Shingo Hada is report, but Mark says, it's not easy to turn a guy in, right? Maybe if one of the other pilots might have a little bit of alcohol. It's not always easy to make that phone call, turn somebody in. Call in sick, or you can just say call in. Where's so and so? He called in. He called in sick today. We usually say that, I have to call in sick. Right. This is very informal, but maybe there's somebody, they have a laptop computer and they just say, well, I'm just gonna work at home today. So they call the boss. Yeah, I'm just gonna work at home. I'm kind of sick today anyway. But they keep doing that. So eventually, they don't even come to work anymore. They just call in. They just call in sick. They're just calling it in. We say that. They don't have to say call in sick. He just calls in and then he does the work from home. Yeah, I'm not really working these days. I'm just calling it in, basically. You'll hear it maybe in a sports game, a basketball game, something like that. Okay, this is the Kakao Talk thing, so that's it.